Hi, friends. How are you? We're going to be doing a Sunday chat on compassion and kindness and love and all the good things. Okay? This is us gathering into a circle of love and light. And I had been thinking, I had listened to somebody sharing about running into someone at the grocery store, didn't know them from anybody, and just had the most delightful conversation talking about what they were doing, and grandkids and what was up and favorite things to do. And then walked away from the conversation and said, we just talked from our hearts. We didn't talk about politics. We didn't talk about religion. We didn't talk about anything but what was in front of us today in this moment that was filling us with joy. And I think that that is something that let's practice that this week. And I just really think that kindness and compassion is sometimes really hard, and sometimes it it's as hard as what we make it out to be when we are just in our bit of the world, in our bit of our town, our community, our village, wherever we are, how big or small that is. And so that was kind of my premise in sharing some of my journaling that I do with you now every Sunday. And I just want to give you some let's just let's just do this together, okay? So I just want to share that beneath the noise and the division, human needs and human hearts are shared. The hard part isn't loving those who are easy to love, it's what to do when someone's actions feel like a direct violation of kindness, compassion, or even humanity. We don't have to agree with, excuse, or accept harmful behavior in order to remain anchored in our own humanity. Compassion does not mean tolerance of harm. It means that we choose not to become hardened, cruel, or disconnected in response to it. So, here are a couple of thoughts. Discernment is love in action. Not everyone is safe to engage in the same way. There are different ways for each one of us to engage in what is going on with the world. And it's your way is special and unique to you, and you do you. Kindness can look like setting boundaries, stepping back, or even refusing to participate in what you see as harm. That's healthy. That's okay. It's a good thing. We respond from who we are, not who they are. If we let others' behavior dictate our energy, we slowly lose the very qualities that we value. Staying rooted in compassion is a form of strength, not weakness. Change often begins in small human ways. That's what we're doing. We're doing things in small human ways. Eye contact, listening, offering dignity where it's been stripped. The world shifts not only through big moments, but through consistent, quiet humanity. Even when we encounter those who seem to have lost their way from kindness, we are still called to remember who we are, not to fix them, not to fight every battle, but to stand in a way of being that does not abandon compassion while also honoring truth and boundaries. Isn't that just, yeah, we have to have the boundaries. And so here are two questions just to think about. And if you want to respond and share your thoughts on what you're doing, and thank you to those last week that were willing to share, because we learn from each other and we inspire each other. And I think it's just so wonderful that in this circle of light and love that's growing, that we're all here to support and love And all of that ripples, that frequency and vibration ripples out into the world. So, and if you journal, these are good journal questions to think about and go back to during the days of the week. Where in my life am I asking to hold both compassion and clear boundaries at the same time? That's a hard one. That's hard because it's really an action. It's an action in choosing peace and in saying or responding in a way that's for the highest good. Where in my life am I asked to be holding both compassion and clear boundaries at the same time? And then the other question is, what is one small intentional act of kindness that I can offer this week that honors our shared humanity, even in a divided world? What is something that you can do? Give us a hint. Give us an action, and let's build this up for each other. And so, in closing, here's a little blessing for us. May we remember, even in uncertain times, that the same breath moves through each one of us. May our hearts stay open, yet wisely guided, carrying both compassion and truth. May we be steady in kindness, clear in our boundaries, and courageous in choosing love when it would be easier to turn away. May the goodness we offer ripple farther than we can see, touching lives, softening edges, and quietly restoring hope. And may we walk this week as keepers of the light, grounded, connected, and gently holding ourselves first, and then holding the world in love. Okay, so there we go. That's my bit of a chat for today. And I do have John Holland's cards. And this week I'm just pulling one card, and we're going to see what card, what sense of awareness God, our angels, and guides are wanting to share with us this week. And so I did all my smudging earlier with my Palo Santo and my breath work and clearing. And so let's just see. I'm just pulling one card. Here it is. Foundations and achievements. Okay, so in this week, we're holding our strength, our courage, our foundation of who we are, which is amazing. You're amazing, and I want you to hold that firm for you and to look back and to acknowledge the achievements that you have accomplished, maybe in even this past week, or you can go back over the year, the decade, or whatever, but you have achieved many things, and those achievements have helped create the foundation that you're living your life on right now. And there's a rainbow with that. And I think in the midst of all the things that are going on in our world, some of our superpowers are keeping our hearts open, and to find those places of joy and sharing with friends and doing things together, that you're not alone. And we need community. Community is really important for us. But we also, me as an introvert, I need to have my quiet time and pull away from to be able to become centered. And so let's look at what our foundation is and acknowledge the accomplishments that we have garnered over the years, because that has helped create the wise women that we are. And so, friends, thank you for being here. May your week be filled with blessings, keeping your heart as open as you can, respecting those healthy boundaries. They're a good thing. They can be your superpower for this week. So I love you guys, and you take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Mwah. Love ya.